15 minutes.
right?
What's good with y'all niggas?
Yeah, let's go. Feeling good, bro. I'm feeling good. It's gonna be a great review.
Right. Nas. That's the
Mhm.
Nas in the area.
Yes, great review. I'm loving it.
Yeah, this paper should not take me that long anyway.
Right.
How's everyone's weekend?
Cold, rainy. You know, I'm feeling good. You know what I mean? I'm feeling good. Got a lot of shit done. A lot of shit coming up. Shout out to my nigga Reg, one of the most realest cats that I know on here. I like other motherfuckers that want to throw shade at a nigga on they petty ass live stream and think I ain't gonna respond to them. I'm gonna handle their fat ass later on in this week though. They got me fucked up. You know, ungrateful ass niggas that hit us up to be on this fucking show and then they want to throw shade like they know the damn culture and shit. But I'm a teach them a lesson.
Facts.
But I love this shit. I love coming on here and we don't just talk about one region. We don't talk about one type of artist. We talk about multiple different things on here. Books, movies, TV shows, music. I love it. This is what drives me.
Hey, I'm gonna go downstairs right quick.
Yeah, do your thing. They can't stop the king from shining. Anton, what's good? We're gonna have a good time tonight. We're talking about a good album. We're gonna definitely have a good time tonight. Yeah, that's all. They just jealous, you know. They jealous of they see me shining and they want to be where I'm at. You know, but I gotta put them in their place because they forgot that I'm a Jedi. I'm not no fucking stormtrooper like them. You know, this is what I live for. I live to talk about great albums like this. You know, not bitch ass niggas and they bullshit. Frederick was good. Happy early birthday, man. Live it up. Of course, man. Always. Reg Thompson is been the homie from day one. Never had an issue with this dude for nothing at all. I speak to this dude every day. That's the type of niggas that I want to surround myself with. Not petty ass niggas that, you know, they go on Instagram and they want to claim that they your friend and secretly they low key hating on you. But I'm gonna deal with their ass later this week though. They don't even know it. You know, they envious of the kid. It's all good. It's all good. We're not gonna let petty ass niggas ruin what we got going on, man. They are. It's definitely my grandmother warned me about a lot of petty ass, jealous ass niggas when I was younger. She warned me about this. So I was prepared. Philip was good. We about to talk about a great album tonight. I'm hype. What's your favorite tracks on this album? Like top three favorite tracks on this. It's hard. It's a lot of bangers on this one. I'm impressed. I bumped it 3 times already, and the 3 times I bumped it, it was still great. All 17 tracks. I think Nas definitely outdid himself with this one, man. But we gonna get to the review. But I'm liking it. I'm loving it. Give me one, Q. Give me one song that you like from this album. Did you hear the album? If you love hip hop, you have to hear this album. I'm gonna just put it like that. There should be no complaints about this album. Michael and Quincy was great. I just love the title. Just the title alone. Just looking at this track listing and seeing, some of the song titles, Michael and Quincy, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be one of those joints. You know, I think Nas is like comparing himself to him and Hit Boy to Michael and Quincy. Definitely.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nas got robbed in LA. When was this?
I just heard about that too.
That was recent?
Yeah.
Like today? Damn, they robbing Escobar?
Probably Pete Rock goons.
I want my money, nigga.
We'll talk
I
about
didn't hear
that.
about that. When did that happen?
I just saw a video about it hours ago.
So what they robbed him of? Like jewelry and shit?
I think I think jewelry. I'm not 100% sure.
You don't think that's a publicity stunt?
Who knows?
His album comes out and then he just happens to get robbed at the same time? I thought he was rolling with security and all that. Oh, he broke into his crib? Oh shit, I didn't know that, America. Salute to America, another real one. Oh, he's a great record collector like us.
Oh
He's from
shit.
Nigeria by way of Tennessee.
Oh, what's up, Mecca?
I didn't know. I didn't hear about that. They broke into his crib in L.A.
Yeah,
Like the house that's next to the Hit Boy.
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh shit! Wow, that's crazy. Did he find out who did it? So they still got like that bling ring going on where they're like the kids that's going around and robbing celebrities while they're not home.
Yeah, I guess so.
There's an actual movie that came out about that. It's on Netflix.
What's it called?
The bling ring, like when the kids was like going around and they were like robbing Paris Hilton's home and I think it was Chris Brown and like a whole bunch of other people.
Yo, what's up, Philip? What's up, Frederick?
I definitely agree with that, Antoine. Definitely.
Hey, Frederick, you still want to donate for Oh no, it's not. That's not you. That's Christian. Never mind.
Kristen, yeah. Hey, but if you want to donate though, you know what I'm saying? I'm welcome to that. Just give us a classic album or something to talk about. Your Sacramento's bad too, nigga. What you talk about? He's like, that's why I'm gonna stay in Sacramento. Yeah, because Sacramento is way better than LA.
Yeah, funny.
Oh man.
I'm gonna start in about 7 more minutes.
Man, I got a lot to say about this album, man.
I know you do.
There's homeless people everywhere. There's homeless people in New York City and they in Cali, they everywhere.
Hell, there's homeless people up the street from where I stay at.
Oh, word?
You said what?
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes. See? Like Nas said on KD1, Dre said, don't let these palm trees fool you. Nigga, be safe speaking about LA. Yep.
This is gonna be relaxing.
Yes.
Let me get myself comfy.
From time to time, I give a homeless person some money to buy some food. But they
You
need
said
it.
what?
I said from time to time, I give homeless people money to buy food. You know, because they need it more than me.
Right.
Yep. Antoine said, Hit Boy always bring dope beats to Nas. Hit Boy reminds me of the new Ninth Wonder. And Kanye West of this shit for real. Hit Boy is that? Yeah, definitely. The new Ninth Wonder, I don't know. I still love Ninth Wonder.
Right.
I'm not ready to replace Ninth Wonder just yet. He just came out with a 30-track album, the Zion 6.
Oh shit. I forgot about that.
And it's not even. I don't think it's. Well, I didn't hear the whole thing. I don't. From the first couple of tracks, he had like some features on it. I don't think it's a whole instrumental album. But he's not over yet. Ninth Wonder is still doing his thing. Still doing his thing. Optimus is great, man.
This is hip hop, not no fucking Drake 21 Savage bullshit.
Hey, #1 album in the country right now.
Huh.
I listen to it. Because I fuck with Drake. I listen to it. And you know what I'm saying? And it's more Drake on that album than 21 Savage. 21 Savage is only like on 6 songs. Drake is on every track, and it's like 17 tracks, I think. He's on every track. So it's more like a Drake album featuring 21 Savage.
Wow. And I like 21 Savage a bit.
But they promoted it like a group album, and it's not really a group album.
Wow, this is slamming.
Frederick said my top 3 songs from KDP so far are 30, Recession Proof, Till My Last Breath. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, by far, Ronnie, definitely. This album is way better.
Your brother is smart. All right, 3 more minutes. What's everyone's favorite King Disease album though?
This one
Well, I know that.
for me, Antoine said I gotta check out Drake album cover with Shorty. Could have picked it. Yeah, I think and she's really on Instagram or something like that, right?
I don't know.
I think
She
she's
just
like
kind of ugly.
she's like they found her somewhere, all right? But I see like I saw a picture of her. MC Search was flattered, Nas shouted him out.
Who?
MC Search.
Oh wow.
Shout out to Search.
I'm ready to start whenever you want.
Let's go.
All right. What's up, you two? How's everyone doing this lovely Sunday? It's your boy Recession of building. I got my homeboy Try with me,
Bro.
and today you can tell by the title we're going to talk about King's Disease 3, the recent album by Nas that came out this past Friday and shit like that. Let me share the album cover. There we go. Yes, yes. Of course, it was all produced by Hitman
Hit boy.
and Hit Boys. Shit, excuse me. And no guest features. It's all Nas.
Oh,
Right. So pretty much, after the release of Magic and stuff like that, he was just keeping busy. He announced that this King's Disease was going to be the last King's Disease. It was going to be the last King's Disease of the series and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And he announced it a couple weeks ago and stuff like that too. And so next thing you knew it, boom, this album came out and shit. So yeah, not really that much I can say. I mean, it's ironic we just really talked about his whole discography and stuff
right.
like that too. And now we're back at it.
Yep.
So this is the album cover right here. I love the album cover. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
this fucking album's cover and shit like that. It looks
Gold
like all that
bars.
gold
Gold bars.
and
Yeah.
shit like that.
Mhm.
Yes, yes. Alrighty, so this album has about 17 tracks. Let's start this shit. So track number 1 is the Ghetto Reporter song. Pretty nice way to start off this album. I love the Richard Pryor sample that it uses and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It pretty much, just has Nas, just analyzing his career up to this point and stuff like that, and what exactly matters to him in this day and age and shit too. Very, very, very dope record. I love it.
This was a great start off track. I love the Richard Pryor clip and the beat was knocking, the pianos. You got Nas, talking about like the music industry, and he said, scarred by A&Rs, the music be changing and the culture be shifting, so you got to move with it. Call me the party crasher, that playing spoiler, that Malcolm C, Maya Angelou, and Ghana holding a camcorder. I loved that his flow on that. it was just a solid cut, and I think going into this album as like the last one with Hit Boy, or we assuming it's the last one with Hit Boy, that it was important for him to start off the album, with a strong opening. Thought this was a great opener.
Very great opener. Track number two, Legit. This is actually my favorite song off this album, believe it or not. I feel like it's a very, very, very dope song. For one, he used a sample of the five fucking heartbeats with that house.
Yeah,
It's a house of love. It's
yeah,
not like everyone knows that movie. I don't even have to go into that.
classic.
Eddie Kane
Yeah.
and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, man, he sampled the Eddie Kane part and
Right.
stuff like that, which I felt like was very, very, very dope. Kind
Yeah.
of gave me old Kanye kind of vibes,
Yes. For sure.
minus the chipmunky kind of part.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What I got from this song is like how Nas is just saying how it's good, like he's doing shit legit, the legit way, and coming from selling weight and stuff like
Right.
that, all the way to fucking doing this whole crypto shit, that he's kind of like famous for now and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
very, very dope track. I love the line when he says, "I read Jesus' diary and ran to tell the streets, no, this ain't no height. We in the belly of the beast. All they said was I would be a felon, be deceased. Instead, I'm in Margella and Loey with the crease." I love that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, very, very, very dope track.
I love it. Great dope sample, real soulful, nice beat. You got Nas saying for a starving artist trying to sneak out and reroute. Originality I seek out. Let's clean house. The black homeowners take over and throw the lease out. That line I like right there. The fact that he's like telling, our people like, let's own our shit instead of leasing it. You know what I'm saying? The black homeowners take over and throw the lease out. I love that line. This was a dope cut. One of my favorites on here. I know a lot of people already love this track. This was dope.
Yes, very, very, very dope. Um, excuse me. Next track, Thun. Again, we got another banging of a track right here. With this one, Nas is pretty much paying homage to Queensbridge and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, fucking represent all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
yeah, man, very, very much felt like this was a very dope track. I love the beat to it. It definitely did not sound like a Hit Boy beat and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't
Definitely did not sound like Hit Boy beat at all. But yeah, very New York. This the shit I love. You know what I'm saying?
just immediately when I
Oh
saw
wait.
the title, I thought of Prodigy. I said like, yo, Prodigy would have
Yes.
been perfect for the track, and the done language, and that was Mobb Deep's thing. Like they started that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the beat was dope, the violins, the bass line, and you had like Nas like talking a little bit about, being a celebrity in the public eye and getting lost in the stardom, but he was still himself when the cameras were off. And he's saying, there's still a lot of ways to manage the life expectancy average. The future of our next generation ain't been established. Conflicted by some of the same patterns that had us, money and social status. Tell me what really matters. So who are you when they turn off all the cameras? With me, you know the answer. So I love that whole part in this verse where he talked about that. And this was a great record. Like I definitely could have heard Prodigy on this. Rest in peace to Prodigy. It's one of my favorites on this album.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this one more thing before I gotta make a quick phone call to my aunt and shit. I like the line when he referenced the beef with Jay-Z and stuff too, where he said, no beef for rivals, they playing Ether Untitled. Brothers can do anything when they decide to. In a Range Rover, dissecting bars from take over. Sometimes I takes over like nigga, this ain't over. Laughing. You know what I'm saying? I love that fucking line and shit too, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm gonna let you go on to the album. I'm gonna handle what I have to handle on my aunt right quick.
All right. We got number track four is Michael and Quincy. I love the beat. I think at this point I remember when when KD2 was out, I want to say like Magic, like I heard like people, comparing, Nas and Hit Boy to Michael Jackson and Quincy Jones, and Quincy did a lot of a lot of Michael's classic stuff, Off the Wall and Thriller, of course, and Bad. And I think at this point it's like, yeah, you could arguably say that Nas and Hit Boy is like the Michael Jackson and Quincy of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like they gave us 4 albums. I didn't expect to hear 4 albums from Nas and Hit Boy, and the last two for me were like the best. But this was a dope track. Definitely, I love the title. I love the fact that he named it Michael and Quincy, and it was a dope beat. Definitely one of my favorites on here. Track 5 we got 30, and that had a like an 808 type of beat to it. I know I've seen posts about this already. There's a certain part in Nas's verse where he mentioned the whole Pete Rock thing, and Pete Rock suing him over not getting paid for The World Is Yours. And I've seen a lot of like hip hop pages post that part in this song, and but I'm not gonna quote that because I've seen it already. And I know Pete Rock put out he was on Twitter, I think it was on Friday night, and he put out a tweet about it, and he said that he's actually leaving Twitter because his name was trending when after the album came out and people started making posts about this track. So he actually supposedly left Twitter, and he don't really care what people have to say about it. But um, I heard what Nas had to say. I don't know the situation with Nas and Pete, but it has to be something because they haven't really worked together since Illmatic. If you listen to Lost Tapes 2, Pete had like 2 joints on there, I believe, but those were like unreleased joints. So who knows what album those are meant for? But I think there's something going on. I think Nas and Pete got to squash that. I would love to hear Nas and Pete Rock album as well. Like yes, I want to hear Nas and Primo, but I would love to hear a Nas and Pete Rock something with them again. But this is the song 30 that he mentioned the whole Pete Rock thing, and I liked his couple lines. He said, "I'm done with star chicks. I survived divorces. I ain't have to climb back. I just climbed in Porsches." So I like that. That little part in the verse, and he was married to Khalees, and that ended up bad. Um, Track 6 we get to Hood to Hood. That was a dope beat. Really, this is one of my favorites on here because Nas is like shouting out different hoods. He shouted out different hoods in Brooklyn, different hoods in Queens, in Compton, in Chicago. He had a lot to say on here. I really enjoyed a lot of the bars on here. He said, if we all make niggas, then why is we beefing? When them Jewish brothers, even in jail, I hear the Latinos got each other back, not us. We jump each other for the phone when it comes to black. Don't worry about nobody else, try the energy match. Sensitive cap, and that's when I really attack. I'm OJ with the memorabilia, had to steal it back. Like the Nas flow we've been hearing on the track. Really enjoyed this song. It was really dope. I feel like this could be a single maybe. Maybe like like one of those joints you just do a video for. Um yeah, track 7. I hope Reg comes back because he's missing out on a great album here. I want to get his thoughts on some of these tracks. Um Christian said, before you go to the next song, I finally got. Oh, you watched the Golden Child? You never saw the Golden Child with Eddie Murphy? That was a great movie. I actually went to see that when I was little in the theater. Yeah, underrated Eddie Murphy film. Definitely enjoyed that. I've always wanted a sequel to Golden Child. Christian said, "Done is dope. Sick beat. Off topic." Yeah, yeah. Oh, Golden Child is great, man. That's a great movie. Definitely. We got track 7 with Session Proof. Let me see. Really dope beat, gritty track. You know, Nas talked a lot. Again, he talked a lot about different things on this song. I remember there was one part in the song where he talked about stealing his brother Jungle had some drugs, and he stole it from Jungle while he was sleeping and ended up selling it off, and just talking about the situations that they've been through. That you don't know how like they managed to escape those situations. Um, I liked his part in the song where he said, Knicks game up in his seats. I barely hit the floor, not trying to sit across somebody lady I hit before. Top of the fourth quarter, I escape and hit the liquor. He said something about Lambo Maybach with the mini ball, but I like that part in the song because I've seen Nas at Knicks games in the past. He's a Knicks fan. They have like celebrity role with like Spike Lee and Diddy and Tracy Morgan. A lot of celebrities go to the Knicks games, at the Garden. So I like the fact that he mentioned the hometown team. I love my Knicks. This was a dope track. Um, Ronnie said Nas was messing around with Pete Rock's sister. I didn't hear about that. When did that happen? Maybe that has something to do with it. I didn't hear about Nas messing with Pete Rock's sister. I didn't know that. That's news to me. I never even knew about that. But I mean, if he didn't pay the man, pay Pete Rock. Pete Rock gave you a memorable joint on Illmatic. Everybody knows that song. I can't believe it's this many years and Pete Rock hasn't gotten paid for that track. Nas could afford it. Pay the dude off. Like Pete Rock is a legend. He definitely deserves his money. You know, we got to wait for Reg to come back. I'm already on track 7 here. Yeah, you gotta pay Pete Rock, man. It's only right. You know. Yeah, Golden Child is great, man. That's a great move. Underrated, in my opinion. What's your least favorite track? If y'all got any least favorite track on here, what's your least favorite track on KD3? I don't think there's a bad track on here, but that's just me. Frederick, I'm gonna definitely tell you. I feel like this will definitely get a Grammy. I could see it. I feel like and I'm not big on Grammys. I know a lot of artists don't care for them, but if I had to pick like albums that could be in like best rap album category, I could definitely see this one. Um, Pusha T, I think he had one of the best albums this year. I don't know if the Grammys would nominate him. We had some good albums this year. We had some good albums. Power said he doubt they will. Why you doubt that? I mean he remember he won his first Grammy from King's Disease. So what's stopping them from nominating him again? America said, "Oh, the bonus cut. You don't like the bonus joint? Till my last breath. I thought I was fire. Like I said, like I don't think there's a bad track on here. Like this is the album that I wanted from Nas when he dropped King Disease 1. Because like King Disease 1 and 2, there were some tracks that I liked, but overall I didn't like both of those albums in its entirety. But this album here, we have 17 tracks and there's no features. And I just think
I'm
it
back.
was a good album. Okay, now we up to track 7, Recession Proof.
Session proof. Okay.
Yeah. So what
All
do you
right.
think about
Let me get my note.
Michael and Quincy? What do you think about those tracks?
Okay, I can run by these tracks right quick. Michael and Quincy, fire ass track. One of my favorites off this album. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Nas has always bigged up Michael over the years and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
he pretty much compared him and Hit Boy to Michael and Quincy. I don't know if I would go that far, honestly, but
You wouldn't. I was gonna ask you that. Like right now, if you had to pick like somebody that an MC and a producer that could be on that Michael and Quincy level, you wouldn't say it's Nas and Hit Boy right now.
mm, let me think. Let me think.
I mean, there's a couple out there. Alchemist has done stuff with Currency multiple times. Um,
Right.
do you count? Do you count Griselda? Would you count like? I mean, because they're like what's the name? Damage is like the in-house producer, so I don't really think you could count them. You know,
I mean, maybe Derringer and Conway, maybe
what
just
about
based off
Muggs?
the
Muggs is dropping heat with everybody. He just put out an album with Jay Worthy this past Friday. That was fire.
facts.
I think Muggs is like Quincy Jones, like the gritty version, but he just like working with everybody.
That's true.
Apollo
This
Brown. What about him?
right.
Stu Bangers. He put out an album with Vic Spencer.
That's it's a lot of
I,
people
I
you
think
can.
I think Nas and Hit Boy right now, like 4 albums. I didn't expect 4 albums from Nas with one producer at all. So this is like a total like I'm looking at it like it's like Nas is rejuvenated. Like this is the Nas that we wanted in the 2000s when he was dropping shit like Hip Hop is Dead and Street Disciple. I'm like, where was this Nas before?
Exactly.
What about Dre and Snoop?
Yeah, that's a contender.
Dre and Snoop, and wasn't they supposed to drop an album this month?
Like I said, we shall see. Like I said, right?
Right. Dre and Snoop. I don't know.
Mm.
All right, what you think about 30?
30 was dope. That's pretty much like a sequel to 27 Summers from the King's Disease one album.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Just one can see it like as like 30 years, because his first single Halftime came out in
Right. 92?
92
Yeah.
and stuff like that too. So one can see it as that. You know what I'm saying?
And
30 was
this is a song with the
yeah
whole
with the Pete Rock.
Right.
Yeah. This is the one with the Pete Rock test and shit.
Right. And did you see Pete Rock left Twitter supposedly
Yep.
because he was trending?
Yep. I saw that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Cause you guys should know, they had a recent disagreement because of the fact that Pete Rock tried to sue Nas for the royalties for Illmatic and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So,
But did he get paid or he didn't? He never got paid for it.
that I'm not sure. Cause you got to remember, Search holds the publishing to Illmatic and it was written. So I'm not too sure about
Right.
that
But
part.
didn't Search like he sold the publishing or something?
Yeah, he's putting that for bidding.
Okay.
Which we'll talk about that in another song.
Right.
Sure.
Oh, Power said people was harassing Pete Rock on Twitter. That's crazy.
Shit. Hood to Hood.
Yeah.
Very dope beat. This was another cool song right here too. You know what I'm saying? Just paying homage to those Queensbridge roots with this song and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Yeah. Then you say you are on Recession Proof or you stopped that?
Well, I told my thoughts about Recession Proof. I thought it was a gritty track. I love the storytelling.
Yes.
I know Nas mentioned, stealing drugs back from his brother Jungle while he was sleeping and selling it off. And I love this track. This was one of the best ones to me.
I agree, man. This track right here, fire, fucking fire, fucking gritty. This that kind of gutter shit you fucking like and shit. It's like
Yeah,
gutter kind of shit.
definitely.
Um, yeah, man, just talking about the economy and stuff like that too. You know, he's telling motherfuckers to invest in yourselves and
Right.
shit. So very dope track.
Yeah.
Track number 8, Reminisce. Another nice little reminiscent kind of track. You know, some nostalgia kind of tracks and stuff like that. You know, it's going back in his career,
Yeah.
you know, stuff like that too. You guys should know the sample. You know, he
Mm-hmm.
uses the Mary J. Blige sample and shit. Like they even shouted her out on the song
What's the 4-on-1?
and stuff too. So, you said what?
What's the 4-on-1?
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, this was dope. This was a dope track.
This gave me that 90s, hip hop R&B collab, hip hop soul collab type of feel to it. And I wish he had Mary on this joint. Like he gotta if he do a video for this, you gotta have Mary J in the video with them because they toured together, they did songs together. Remember he did Love Is All We Need on the Mary album, and
Right.
they were allegedly they were dating in the past, and I'm like, yo, this could definitely be a single, and I would love to see Mary J. If there's a remix, put Mary J on it, or have her be in the video. But this was great with the Mary sample from Reminisce. That was a classic record from What's the 4-on-1. I love Nas. He was saying tatted from my neck to abdomen, almost getting shot was averaging once every 2 weeks. That's what I had to been. It's painful words. Hearing these lies putting my name in dirt. Aiming on burst pistol practice until my fingers hurt. I love this track. This was definitely like it just had like that 90s New York feel to it, and it was great. It's another solid cut on here.
Yes. Very solid cut indeed. Then we got the serious interlude. Love this track right here. Nice little track where he just touching like a lot of shit, jealousy, relationships, finishing up
Right.
school, like pretty much, yeah. Just Nas just spitting and stuff like that too, you know. So
Yeah.
very solid track.
And again,
Oh,
and
and
like, go ahead.
background vocals was also made by Mario, by the way.
Mario on the R&B singer.
Yeah,
Oh, that's dope. I didn't see like no feature in Mario or nothing though.
yeah. It was just background vocals and shit.
That's dope. I really like this joint. The beat was nice. The horns. We got Nas telling a little, doing a little storytelling in the beginning. He talked about like, hooking up with a rich dude's wife that looked like Sheila E. and that he was messing with and trying not to get caught up in a scandal. I love the lines he said. Ladies love cool Nas with a tight fade, and I ain't make it past the ninth grade, and I ain't even have one dime in the bag of dime, and I ain't need a dollar to holler. I made it mine. I love this track. This again another great storytelling on this track. It was really smooth, solid.
Facts. Then we have I'm on Fire. Love this fucking track too. You know, this Nas pretty much just saying how he's pretty much, you know, feel like a new MC, rejuvenated and shit like that. You
Right,
know, he's like very dope track indeed and stuff like that. You know, one
right.
of my favorites off this album as well too.
This was dope. You know what? Maybe it's just me. I felt like this should have been the intro to the album. I feel like
Like, I
just
see.
the way that it started. I felt like like when I hear this song, it reminded me of like the Stillmatic intro and how he just killed
Right.
that intro. It was like a dope opener. And even there was another song that he had did that it was like unreleased, but this joint here. Oh, you know what it is? You ever heard the song for My Will?
I believe so. Yeah.
That was unreleased. I believe that was like around the Stillmatic time. My Will had like that album opener type of feel. And when I heard this, I'm like, yo, this should have been the album opener. Like Ghetto Reporter was great. That was a great album opener. But I feel like, yo, this could have been like the real album intro right here. Like the beat was fire, and just the way he started it off, and he said, I came in with an ordinary with an on and on and I came in with not an ordinary name. How many Nasirs? How many top tiers? How many not here? There's something in the name that's different from theirs. Depicted in scripture, holding two dragons, blowing flames. Sorry, didn't know it didn't go the same for y'all. I love that joint. Like this to me, killed this joint. This is like vintage Nas right here, man.
Yeah, vintage Nas indeed. All right, next track we got is What the Fuck SMH. Nas was on his little K solo kind of style with this one.
Yeah,
You know, very, very, very dope. But this track right here, he pretty much says how some artists these days don't meet the standards, that like a lot of legends laid down and stuff like that too. You know
right.
what I'm saying? He pretty much, made a mention of MC Surge. He said how he pretty much made a bid for his catalog back and shit like that too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? MC Search put Nas on and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Interesting. I love the line when he says, WTF SMHOMG. How can you put these pussy ass rappers over me when all they do is cap, all they do is LIE. I'm LMFAO. Esco heavy in the streets. Yeah. Fucking going ham on that track.
Definitely. One of his best songs on here lyrically, like the beat was dope, the bass line. I love the beat switch too, the second beat switch. And
Right.
where he's like
Yeah.
he said the crosswalk lady walking with the kids to school. There's a place in heaven for her, as is you. And if you don't believe in that, then slap. Go where you go, be where you at. No hugs, speaking of dap. I wish that we can adapt, my brother. Pro black with the machete, pinky ring, a hog on the bat. This is not a rap song. Why you calling it that? This is an audio book. I'm an author on tracks. Loved his flow on that. Again, vintage Nas. This man is like it's like he just ages with fine wine and he still gets better and better. And this was like one of
Facts.
my favorite tracks on here as well.
Yes, yes. Alrighty. Some man twice. Chow is the next track. This track was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Just talking about, childhood and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? How one wonders how life be like when one's going up and shit too. You know what I'm saying? I love the references to Nintendo Duck Hunt in this fucking track too. You know what I'm saying? Pretty cool track.
Oh, Emeka said, oh, Jansport J, he produced the second beat switch on what was that on WTF SMH.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Jansport J, he's a producer. He's done stuff for like a lot of underground artists. So that's dope. Oh yeah, once a man twice. Now to me, like listening to this, I felt like this was like you know in the same vein as like Second Childhood off of Stormatic, and I
You
love
know
Second
what?
Childhood.
I
Huh?
got that too. I got that too,
Yes,
man.
and that was the primo joint on Stormatic. I love Second Childhood. And I felt like this was like I don't want to call it a sequel, maybe like a prequel or something to that, like just being like you're born and then we grow up and then like as we get older, it's like we kind of like revert back to things when we were like a baby and he was like talking
Right.
about getting old and not being able to drink the same or fuck the same. And he said, now listen, knowledge I received as a seed, as a G, that will be my personal frequency, transcends through all, travels through walls, my ministry. We didn't know we was living hazardous savages. I love that part in his rhyme and just the whole message within the song and him, talking about like wanting to have a female to settle down with to like, maybe when he get old, she can look after him. And that was great. It was definitely a great song.
Definitely. All right. Next track we got. Next track we got is Get Light. Um, this was a nice little classic hip hop s kind of song and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely had that like Ron G mixtape,
Yes.
feel to it. Um, this is what someone on Smash should have sounded like, if that makes
Yes,
sense.
I agree. Definitely. Definitely. And you got the little saxophone playing.
Yeah.
Love it.
Ugh.
That was fire. This is a New York track right here. This is a New York joint for the summer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Definitely.
like if he had dropped this like this past summer, that would have been like a smash it in the summer. It would have playing in all the clubs on the radio and everything.
Right.
You know, it had that old school sound. The beat, you got the DJ on the track, hyping it up. This is like a drink for the women in the club. Definitely feel like it could be a single. You got Nas saying, get light off the rose, bottle is sick. New shorty in my life, she my lottery pick. And if the economy slip, she gonna ride with the kid. City girl like JT, MIA to the bridge. I loved it, man. This is definitely, it should be a single. I don't know if he planned on releasing it, but it definitely should be a single for this album.
Facts. Alrighty. Track number 14, First Time. Man, another great track right here. With this track, he's talking about people's feelings the first time they heard Nas. And then, Nas pretty much used that and talk about the first time he heard other rappers like, with Pac, Slick Rick,
Right.
Wayne, what I'm saying, Kendrick Lamar, shit like that. I love this fucking dude. I've seen a lot of people say that this was like their favorite track
Yeah.
off this album and stuff like that too. So it's definitely probably my second or third favorite.
Well, let me ask you and everybody else. What was the first time that you all heard Nas?
So I
Like
can
like
answer you.
do you remember? Like you remember, what was the first time you heard Nas, or what was it like the first song from Nas that you heard?
I Can from Godson.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did tell me that. I can, right.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
when you first saw that, like, what did you think about it?
Actually, I like the message of the song. Obviously, I was drawn to the chorus with the kids. Like it was like it had like a nursery rhyme kind of feel to it. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? You know, it's not like a song a lot of people will say. Because people will say probably Illmatic or I
Right.
Am or whatever. But that was the first time I heard Nas and stuff like that.
First time I heard Nas was halftime for because that came off of the Zebrahead soundtrack with that movie. But I didn't back then, like I didn't think nothing of it then because he didn't really like we heard it, but he didn't really make noise yet. And then I heard Live at the Barbecue, that was fire. And then when and then Haunted Show came out, but and Haunted Show came out. But we know what happened. I heard the original version of It Ain't Hard to Tell on Stretch and Barbito because
Oh
the
wow!
original version is different from the album version.
Oh wow!
And when the video came out, I remember seeing the video. It might have been on Video Music Box or Rap City, and yo, like that, it just blew up. And then like there was a Source magazine I had bought, and they had like the hip hop code. He had the hip hop codable for It Ain't Hard to Tell, and yo, like he just blew everybody away because like his lyricism was ahead of his time, even for '94. You know what I'm saying? And that was like my first introduction to Nas. It was halftime, and it ain't hard to tell. And look at him now. We talking about his one of his best albums. Right at what is he, like 50 years old now?
Yeah, I think he just turned 50. No, I think he's 49.
But this is definitely a great song, and a great song to like when people hear this and they can reminisce like yo, like thinking back, oh, when was the first time you heard your favorite artist? First time you heard Nas, or first time you heard Kendrick or Rakim or Karis One. And I think it was great, and it had like a real soulful melody, nice beat. Um, I think it should be a single also. I think this is definitely a fan favorite. And you had Nas, saying, first time you heard of Nas, I was probably under some pressure, gun in the dresser while you was bagging up in the kitchen playing my record. So I loved it, man. It's like again, it's another great record off of this album.
Definitely. All right. Next track we got is Beef. You know what I'm saying? Self-explanatory. Self-explanatory. He's pretty much like personifying beef and whatnot too. I love how the beat definitely has like a mid 2000s East Coast feel
Right.
to it. You know what I'm saying? Pretty dope track. Again, Nas doing what he does best. That's all I can say.
This now, when you heard this song and the storytelling, don't this like remind you of "I Give You Power"?
Yes.
It instantly remind, because this is like Nas playing. Like, I don't want to say playing, but he's like the bad energy of what beef is and how it starts.
Right.
And I had like a real eerie melody, a nice beat, and I'm like, yo, this is like when he was giving us "I Give You Power" and songs like that. And he says, the devil is a lie. I can confuse a genius, have him moving real dumb over nothing. at my convenience. When empires fall over women, I am the reason. USA and Al Qaeda, I'm the tension between them. I loved it, man. Again, like the great storytelling at its finest here, and he's not missing on this album. Every track is a banger, and this was definitely one of my favorites as well.
Yeah, man, I love this fucking track. Next track is "Don't Shoot." Again, another very very cool track right here. You know, pretty interesting track right here. Too, especially with all the recent shootings of rappers that's happening these days. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, man, just Nas on his conscious to talking about how, motherfuckers, not just like shooting up and killing motherfuckers and shit like that, but
Right.
how motherfuckers are overusing pharmaceutical products and stuff like that too. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So you can pretty much say it's like another one of those personifying tracks he did on Beef, but on a more conscious tip. Kind of reminds me of a little bit of the Boogie Down production song Beef from the
Right.
Edutainment album and shit too, in
Right.
a
Right.
way.
Yeah. Again, it had a powerful message, and it was like almost like if he had named this song King's Disease, I think it would have been great because like he's basically saying, you are your own cure for the King's disease. And
Right.
we heard something like we heard him refer to that back on the first album, I believe. And he's talking about, think about how much we will attain without no man shot for the next 10 to 30 years. And he's saying, at the end of the track, no, I'm not friends with the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams. But it had a dope beat. I love the beat switch on it as well as another beat switch on this one. It had a powerful message, and Nas is just going in. He's saying, it's obvious these emotional roller coaster ass niggas, please. And most of these guys supposed to have male tendencies. I endlessly speak vengeance. My MP3s, Percocet addiction that can be your END. Your mindset is your vaccine for every disease, illness, affliction, sneeze. The pollen is God in your body, diaphragm, chest, eye exam, the disease kings get. We will see it like an MRI scan. I loved it. Again, it's like a powerful message and talking about gun violence and this was a great track. I think this is like what you know the whole King's Disease trilogy is about. And him, talking about it and talking about the times that we living in now with gun violence, especially in New York City as well. And it was a great track.
I definitely agree with you about that. And the last track, My Last Breath. Now this was like a bonus track and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, not a bad track. You know what I'm saying? Not a bad track indeed. There's not really any bad songs on this fucking album. You know what I'm saying? Not really one. It's just not really one of my favorites. If that makes sense, you know.
I like it. I'm gonna tell you something. The horns on this song, this is the same horns like if for all the sports fans, the New York Mets, their
Yeah,
closer Edwin Diaz. This is the music that he comes out to every time he goes up to the mound. So it has like that mariachi band feel to it. So I like the fact that Nas sampled something that's that's like endearing to New York fans when it comes to the Mets and he made it into a song. I thought the beat was dope, and he even mentioned the Mets in his verse. He said, yeah, get it cross state line, King's disease, going Trey 5, all net like I'm starting for the Nets, base to base. I might suit up for the Mets. YGs, OGs represent the Jets. I'm applying pressure. I see why she pressed. I loved it. I think it was a great um album closer. I think this could be a single as well because like a lot of the New York fans know the theme, the horn sample or whatever. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good bonus cut.
definitely. All right, so this is actually a very dope album. Very, very, very dope album. Hell, I'm sorry. This might be my favorite hip hop album of this year, maybe. I mean, maybe because Push's album was pretty good,
Yeah, it was.
and Logic's album that surprisingly
Logic's
I
album was good.
enjoyed.
Yeah, that's my favorite Logic album was Vinyl Days.
Yeah, that might be my favorite too.
Yeah,
Kendrick, of course.
music album was good.
Conway did his thing. I mean, there's a lot of A lot of the elder statesmen, the
Yeah,
veterans, are doing their thing and shit like that
yeah.
too. You know what I'm saying?
Black Thought, she dropped a good album this year.
I still have to hear that
You gotta
one.
hear. Oh, you gotta hear Chico's. Chico's is fire.
I gotta hear that. But yeah, man. Armani Caesar, yes. Fucking
Yes,
Armani,
Omani Caesar had a good album. Yeah, West Side.
yes.
You
I
know.
might cause some flack, but I liked Megan's album. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a
Okay.
fuck. You said what?
Okay. You like Megan?
Yeah.
Hey, I listened to Drake and 21 Savage album recently, so you know,
Facts. Son.
I know 21 Savage was throwing some shots at Nas. I don't know why you would do that, but
Wait, what?
he said Nas is not relevant. That's what he said.
Yo, okay. I guess I gotta play the clip. I guess I gotta play the clip. I guess.
You gotta play the clip. Stupid shit being said on here. You gotta play the clip.
I fucking like 21 Savage. But after that shit, yeah. Fuck nah.
I'm,
I gotta
I'm
play
not a
the
fan
clip.
of him. I'm like I'm listening to the album and a lot. This is why I can't listen to too many of these new cats because he's like saying like stupid shit. Like there was one song where he said you need a bitch to get in the kitchen and cook like an Asian. Or so I'm like, how come nobody's giving him flack for that? Bro? Y'all giving Kyrie flack and Kanye West, but y'all not giving Tony Savage flack for what he said. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm like, come on, man. You know,
Shit.
I think the album is great. I think you know, the last two for me, like Magic to me was solid. I enjoyed Magic because it reminded me of old Nasty Nas on that album. And this album, like having 17 tracks and no features, every track was solid. The production was solid. The songs, the content. I think it's a good album. For me, I think it's definitely top two this year with Push's album. You know, like I said, Black Thought and Danger Mouse had Cheat Codes. That was a great album. You know, you had Conway, Benny, you know, West Side. They had some solid albums this year. Logic had a great album. Kendrick. I like this. There was some bangers this year, definitely. I think for me, this is in the top two because I don't see not a bad song on this album. And I didn't think I would say that because like the first two, I remember hearing those, and I'm like not liking the whole thing. I liked a couple songs from 1 and 2, but I think this is the best one out of the trilogy. And
Yes.
we have songs like Hood to Hood, Reminisce, Get Light, Done, First Time, Legit. I think it's a great album. So I'm gonna give it 4.5, but I think like in another 5 years we'll still be bumping this. 10 years down the line, we'll be saying like like this is a classic Nas album that he gave us. And this was the Nas album with Hit Boy that I want. Well, like the Magic one was that was a surprise. That was great, but this is like the real KD album with him and Hit Boy that I've been wanting. And he didn't disappoint on this album. He's still lyrically sharp, and I think it's a great album. Definitely, it could be album of the year for me.
Facts. All right. Well, I'm going to pretty much end this off right here because I gotta watch Claudine for Mike's fucking review later on tonight
Right.
and shit. So I'm gonna end this off this video right here. This is a fun ass review we did on King's Disease and shit. You know what I'm saying? Antoine said I never heard King's Disease 1. King's Disease 1, I'm not gonna lie. King's Disease 1 was good. It had a little bit of filler, but it was still good. We did a live review on that. Like 2 years.
Spicy was my joint, and Spicy that was with Fabio.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spicy was fire. The firm reunion joint.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Ultra Black. I like that one. The joint with Charlie.
Facts.
That was he had some bangers on that one. He had some bangers on that. You know.
Yeah, man. But yeah, tomorrow is gonna be the tripped out week. Because originally this review was gonna be next Sunday, but
Yeah.
we decided to move this one up.
I'm like, yo, we got to talk about KD3, man. This is the hottest album out right now.
It really is the hottest album out.
Might be the album of the year, in my opinion. So why not talk about it now instead of next week?
That's true.
You know.
That's true. So yeah, tomorrow's gonna be tripped out week.
Right.
I'm gonna start it off with the Beatles with Sgt. Pepper.
Yes.
Then they're gonna also do the Jimi Hendrix review, the discography breakdown and shit.
That'd be dope. Yeah, he said Nas is not relevant. supposedly. So
Wow, 21, you disappointed. Gonna be big time. Yeah, we'll see who's relevant and shit. But
Kristen said, before
yeah,
you
man.
go for your thoughts on the
Appreciate this.
album, casual Nas fans got his age wrong when they talk about Illmatic. He was 21 when that album is out. He was 21 when Illmatic came out.
Yeah, cause yeah,
Okay.
yeah, man. No, but yeah, man. Appreciate this try as usual and stuff like that. You know, I hope everyone has a good night. You know, getting ready for
All
the
right.
holidays. Make sure y'all stay warm in this weather, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.
And Kristen, what's up with the cash app?
He says he's going to send
What's up
it.
with
He's
the
going to
cash?
send it.
When you read it came out. Cool.
Yeah, he said he'll send it.
All right, man.
All right. Oh yeah, I forgot. Rest in peace. Kevin
Yeah, rest in peace,
Conway,
Kevin Conroy. Yep. Yep.
legend.
Check that Batman animated series review we did.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
definitely. You were missed.
All right. Peace. I'll be safe.
All right. Peace.